and welcome back to another edition of the JumpOffPlus.com recruiting blog where Indy Gym is home. This is your host, Brandon Clay. I want to thank you for tuning in, and check us out on the web at www.jumpoffplus.com. Today we're going to talk about the All-American selections. Looking forward to those. McDonald's is Monday night at 6 o'clock on ESPNU. The WBCA game will be soon to follow. Those will be posted on the internet probably by the end of next week. I know a couple local players have already received their invites and confirmed that they're going to be a part of the game. Looking at it, normally you see the McDonald's game is East versus West and the WBCA game is Red versus White. We're going to take a little different approach to our selections for All-American. We're going to go with the top 20 players, regardless of where they live, and just deal with the matchups. And we'll have 4 alternates, 24 in the McDonald's game and 20 in WBCA. Starting on Team 1 at the point guard spot, we're looking at our number 3 player, Skylar Diggins, tough lefty from Indiana. She'll be going to Notre Dame next year, about 5'8" on the point. And on the flip side of that, we'll see 5'10" Taylor Hill out of Minneapolis. She hasn't made a decision where she's going yet, but top 10 prospect, great player, good size, can do a little bit of everything on the floor. Back to Team 1, looking at 5'6" point guard China Crosby from New York, up there in Manhattan. She'll be going to Virginia to play with Debbie Ryan's group next year. And on the other side of the ball, we're looking at Aisha Walker, another 5'7" point guard from out of Long Island, New York. She'll be playing for Dawn Staley and South Carolina. At the 2 spot, we've got 5'10" Tierra Ruffin-Pratt from T.C. Williams out of Virginia. Played in the summer for Blue Williams, and is going to be going to North Carolina next year. Good-sized kid, can play, can get up and down, was struggling with a shoulder all summer long, but a definite player. And flipping it over, we're looking at 5'8" combo guard Jasmine James, explosive from Memphis, Tennessee. She'll be going to Georgia next year. Kelly Ferris, another 2 guard, 5'11" out of Indiana, Indianapolis area, will be playing for Coach Gino at UConn next year. And Tashana Rogers, 5'11" out of Virginia, will be playing at Georgetown. At the 3 spot, we got 6'1" Markel Walker, number 4 ranked player in our Jump Off Plus rankings, out of Pittsburgh. Unlike her sister who stayed home and played at Pitt, she's going to be going across the country to play for Nikki Caldwell in UCLA. Had a chance to watch her a couple times this summer. A really gifted player. And Tabor Spanny, a hometown kid, if she makes the WBCA game, out of Missouri. He'll be playing for Coach Pat Summitt in Tennessee next year, 6'1" wing, along with Tierra Rogers, 5'11" there from out of California. Sacred Heart, she'll be going to California next year. And last but not least, at the 3 spot, 6-foot kid, Krista Gross from Cannon School. She'll be going to play at North Carolina, staying right there in state, hometown Charlotte, North Carolina. Moving on to the 4 spot, looking at Destiny Williams, who we've got number 10 in our rankings. Big gift for Jolette Law in the Illinois program. She's out of Benton Harbor, Michigan. On the other side, looking at Denisha Stallworth out of California. She'll be staying home to play there at Cal. Good size, 6'1", 6'2", 4 player for you. Mariah Chandler back on Williams' team, 6'1 and a half, lefty, 4 player from Southwest Atlanta Christian in just south of Atlanta. We'll be going out to Baylor to play for Coach Kim Mulkey. At the other 4 spot, the last one is Jasmine Hassel, another Georgia commit from Lebanon, Tennessee, just south of Nashville. Great frame, good shoulders. Her uncle Trenton played in the NBA for a while. Looking at the 5 spot, you got Kelsey Bone, 6'4", out of Texas, still undecided. It looks like maybe Texas A&M and South Carolina, amongst some others, late in her recruiting process. Good frame, good wide body, can play, and should match up great against 6'7" Brittany Griner. They've had a couple matchups both in high school and in some summer stuff, and this will be hopefully another chance for them to square off. Griner's going to Baylor next year. Griner number 1, Bone number 2 in the class, both big-time players. Moving on. Looking at Koki Reed, number 7, out of Texas. She's actually going to stay home and go to Texas, 6'3" post player. And on the other side, 6'3" Monique Oliver, post player out of Long Beach Poly there in California, who will be going to USC next year. Alternates, we're looking at Jocelyn Tinkle from Stanford, or who will be going to Stanford out of Montana. Tamika Willis, who will be going to Georgia, out of Georgia. Charisma Penn, out of Shaker Heights, and she'll be going to Illinois, Shaker Heights, Ohio. And Nikki Green out of Texas, who will be going to Penn State next year to play for Cold Creek, Washington. Look forward to having you back. First part of next week, we'll have you tune in and we'll talk about what the selections were for both of the games. We'll keep you filled in. As always, Any Jemison.